You're winning in the world. But what if, while you're building the life of your dreams, you're quietly losing the one who dreams with you? Let me ask you something most people are too busy to ask. In all your success, is the woman beside you still smiling on the inside? Or has she just learned how to hide her hunger for connection beneath her competence? Every woman is asking for something, most of them without words. And most men, they never really hear it until it's too late. Let's talk about it. No woman starts out hard. She becomes hard after being soft didn't feel safe anymore. Underneath that strength is usually a story, a disappointment, a moment she decided, I'll never let myself feel that helpless again. See, most women don't need the whole world. They need just one world that feels safe enough to be soft in. She doesn't want a perfect man. She wants a present one. Not one who fixes everything, but one who listens like her voice carries weight. Women are wired for relationship. She defines her world through connection. The quality of her life is often tied to the quality of her bonds, with her children, with her friends, with her man. And when those relationships fray, she starts to wither quietly on the inside, even if she's still performing on the outside. Let me tell you something I've learned after coaching thousands of women. Even the strongest woman wants to be pursued, seen, held in regard. But most won't say it, because saying it has often led to silence or neglect. If you're a man listening to this right now, you might be wondering, but I'm doing everything. I'm providing, I'm working. Isn't that enough? Here's the part nobody talks about. She doesn't just want your provision, she wants you, your attention, your curiosity, your tenderness without her having to earn it. Your pursuit of her can't end at the altar. It must continue in the hallway, in the way you look at her across the dinner table, in how you ask, "How was your day?" and actually wait for the answer. Most women don't need grand romantic gestures. They need small, consistent presence. She needs to feel like she's not carrying the whole emotional weight of the relationship alone. A woman becomes radiant when she knows she's loved. But watch what happens when she's neglected. She closes up like a flower that hasn't seen sunlight in years. Duty replaces desire. She starts showing up but not coming alive. If you're a woman listening to this, let me ask you something deeply personal. When was the last time you felt truly seen? Not for what you do, not for how much you carry, but for who you are. Because every woman I've ever coached, counseled, or simply listened to over the last 30 years, beneath the confidence, beyond the competence, still carries a tender, often unspoken question in her soul. Am I captivating enough? This is not vanity. It's not weakness. It's design. Because every woman was born with 3 core longings: to be romanced, to matter in a grand adventure, and to have a beauty all her own to unveil. But here's what happens. Life starts early with unspoken rules. Be strong. Be smart. Don't cry too loud. Don't want too much. Don't need too much. And if you want to be loved, be useful. So the girl who once danced freely in her twirl skirts learns to quiet her sparkle. She gets efficient. She becomes a helper, a planner, a fixer, a performer. But underneath, she still longs to be chosen, to be pursued, to be known, not for what she does, but for who she is. You see, for every woman, the earliest question is this: do you delight in me? And whether that question was answered with love or silence or pain, it shaped her. Some women grew up with fathers who were present but emotionally absent. Others had mothers so critical or overwhelmed that warmth was replaced with duty. These wounds, don't fade with age. They whisper things like, "You're too much. You're not enough. You'll only be loved if you're useful." And the woman who now runs a business, leads teams, or manages an empire of moving parts, still hears those whispers when the world gets quiet. So what does every woman really need? It's not flowers or flattery. It's emotional safety, to know that her softness is safe, that her beauty won't be used against her, that when she shows up unguarded, she won't be punished with silence or distance. She needs to be seen without having to scream, to be held emotionally before she's ever touched physically, to be desired for who she is, not what she produces. And she needs space, not to be told who she should become, but to rediscover the glory that's already inside her. Because real beauty isn't just seen, it's felt. It's the light in her eyes when she feels understood. It's the strength she finds when someone tells her, "You don't have to carry this alone." Let's talk about beauty. Not magazine beauty. Not Instagram beauty. We're talking about the kind of beauty that turns heads without trying. The kind that radiates peace, presence, and quiet confidence. Every woman wants to know, is there something in me that's worth pursuing? But if that beauty was never affirmed, or worse, was rejected, then she will either hide it or hustle for it. She'll perform, she'll overcompensate, she'll dim her light or exhaust herself trying to earn love she was always meant to receive freely. And yet, beneath all of that, the little girl is still waiting for someone to say, "You're not too much. You're not too late. You're exactly who you were meant to be." Let me tell you what I've seen over and over again. A woman becomes radiant when she knows she is safe. She becomes confident when she is celebrated, not tolerated. Give her emotional covering, not control, and you'll see her rise. Honor her softness, not as weakness, but as wisdom, and you'll witness a strength deeper than steel. Because when a woman feels loved rightly, her beauty awakens, her confidence blossoms, and her presence shifts everything around her, not because she was fixed, but because she was finally seen. And here's the part most men miss. When a woman is deeply loved, heard, and honored, she becomes an unstoppable force of clarity, creativity, and compassion. She becomes the soul of the home. She is the tone setter. She is the spiritual atmosphere. You don't build a peaceful home by just having rules and roles. You build it by nurturing the heart of the woman who keeps the emotional temperature alive. So if you're building an empire, but neglecting her heart, you're building on sand. So today, I don't ask you to fix her. I ask you to see her, to hear her, to wonder about the world inside her, to remember that success without connection is just performance. And homes don't fall apart from too much ambition. They fall apart when no one guards the heart. So protect the heart of the woman. Because when she feels safe to be fully her, the entire house flourishes. And if you're that woman, this is your reminder. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. And you don't have to hustle to be worthy. You already are.